Which of the following is not the commercial name of polymethylmethacrylate PMMA? A. Perspex. B. Lucite. C. Plexiglass. D. Teflon. The correct answer is Teflon. Density of low-density polyethylene is about gmcc. A. 0.38. B. 0.56. C. 0.81. D. 0.91. The correct answer is 0.91. In step growth polymerization, condensation occurs in a stepwise manner with or without the elimination of smaller molecules. An example of step growth polymerization product is A. Terylene. B. Polybutadiene. C. PVC. D. Polypropylene. The correct answer is Terylene. Gutta-percha rubber is A. Soft tacky at room temperature. B. An isomer of natural rubber. C. A thermosetting resin. D. Recovered by coagulation of rubber latex. The correct answer is an isomer of natural rubber. The major constituent of laminate of safety glass, which holds the broken glass pieces in their places during accident and thus minimizes the danger from flying glass fragments, is A. Polyvinyl alcohol. B. Polyvinyl acetyl. C. Polyvinyl butyryl. D. PVC. The correct answer is polyvinyl butyryl. Polyhexamethylene adipimide is also known as A. Bakelite. B. Nylon 66. C. Epoxy resin. D. Silicone rubber. The correct answer is Nylon 66. Unbreakable crockeries are made from polymers. A. Polystyrene. B. Melamine. C. Polystyrene. D. Polyurethane. The correct answer is melamine. Is normally used for the manufacture of refrigerator components and transistor parts. A. Polypropylene. B. Polystyrene. C. Polyester. D. Polyurethane. The correct answer is polystyrene. Plasticizers are high-boiling liquids added to plastic polymers to impart toughness and flexibility at ordinary temperature. Which of the following is not a plasticizer? A. Ethylene glycol. B. Stearic acid esters. C. Tricrysyl phosphate. D. Esters of phthalic acid. The correct answer is ethylene glycol. Bakelite is A. Same as polytetrafluoroethylene PTFE. B. An inorganic polymer. C. Same as thermazet phenol formaldehyde. D. Not a polymer. The correct answer is same as thermazet phenol formaldehyde. Polytetrafluoroethylene PTFE is known as A. Dacron. B. Teflon. C. Bakelite. D. Celluloid. The correct answer is Teflon. Thermosetting resins polymers as compared to thermoplastic ones are A. Soluble in all organic solvents. B. More brittle. C. Formed by addition polymerization only. D. Easily reshaped reused. The correct answer is more brittle. The generic chemical name for the class of polymers which are chemically known as nylons is A. Polyolefins. B. Polyamide. C. Polyacrylate. D. Polyurethane. The correct answer is polyamide. Polycondensation reaction of polymerization. A. Does not produce linear polymers. B. Produces only thermoplastic material. C. Produces epoxy polymers. D. Does not need any catalyst. The correct answer is produces epoxy polymers. Acrylan fibers used for making cloth carpet blankets, which is a hard horny high melting polymeric material, is nothing but A. Polyacrylanethyl. B. Polyamide. C. Saturated polyester. D. Alkyd resin. The correct answer is polyacrylanethyl. Which of the following is a polymer of hexamethylene diamine and adipic acid? A. Nylon 6. B. Nylon 66. C. Nylon 610. D. Epoxy resin. The correct answer is Nylon 66. Chain growth polymerization is a process in which the monomers are added in a chain fashion and it requires an initiator to produce the free radical. An example of chain growth polymerization products is A. Nylon 66. B. Teflon. C. Polyester. D. Bakelite. The correct answer is Teflon. The process involved in converting rubber into a thin sheet or coating it on fabric is called A. Extrusion. B. Mastication. C. Calendering. D. Vulcanization. The correct answer is calendering. Which of the following natural biopolymers are formed as a result of polymerization of amino acids? A. Starch. B. Cellulose. C. Proteins. D. Nucleic acids. The correct answer is proteins. Nylon 66 is manufactured from A. Adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. B. Caprolac-tum. C. Maleic anhydride and hexamethylene diamine. D. Dimethyl terephthalate DMT and ethylene glycol. The correct answer is adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Thermoplastic materials. A. Do not soften on application of heat. B. Are heavily branched molecules. C. Are solvent insoluble. D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Polyvinyl acetate is never used for making A. Molded articles. B. Fibres. C. Adhesives. D. All ABC. The correct answer is molded articles. Typical solvent polymerization reaction conditions for the production of high-density polyethylene by Ziegler process is A. 7 kg FCM2 and 70 C. B. 1000 kg FCM2 and 100 C. C. 7 kg FCM2 and 700 C. D. 1 kg FCM2 gauge and 70 C. The correct answer is 7 kg FCM2 and 70 C. Vulcanization of rubber does not increase its A. Elasticity. B. Plasticity. C. Ductility. D. None of these. The correct answer is plasticity. In nylon 6 the number 6 represents the total number of A. Carbon atoms in the ring. B. Carbon atoms in the linear polymer chain. C. Nitrogen atoms in the ring. D. Hydrogen atoms in the ring. The correct answer is carbon atoms in the linear polymer chain. Cellulose content in bamboo fiber is about %. A. 10. B. 20. C. 50. D. 85. The correct answer is 50. In step growth polymerization generally only one type of reaction some basic mechanism is involved. Step growth polymerization reaction is not involved in the manufacture of A. Cross-linked polystyrene. B. Phenol formaldehyde resins. C. Polyesters. D. Polyamides. The correct answer is cross-linked polystyrene. Which of the following has the weakest intermolecular forces? A. Polyisoprene. B. Nylon 66. C. Polystyrene. D. Bakelite. The correct answer is polyisoprene. Properties of a polymer is affected by the A. Chain length. B. Intermolecular forces. C. Branching cross-linking. D. All AB. The correct answer is all AB. In condensation polymerization as compared to addition polymerization, other monomers are unsaturated compounds. B. No co-product is lost. C. The monomers contain two functional groups. D. Generally only one monomer is involved. The correct answer is, the monomers contain two functional groups. In a linear polymer, the monomeric units are linked together to form long straight chains. The cross-linked or branched chain polymers compared to linear polymers have higher A. densities, B. melting point, C. tensile strength, D. hardness, rigidity, brittleness. The correct answer is hardness, rigidity, brittleness. Vulcanization of rubber does not increase its A. softness, B. oxidation resistance, C. weight strength, D. elasticity, water solubility. The correct answer is softness. Which of the following is a copolymer? A. polystyrene, B. SBR, C. PTFE, D. polypropylene. The correct answer is SBR. Styrene butadiene rubber SBR is never used for making A. coated fabrics, B. front wheel tires of aeroplanes, i.e. heavy-duty tires, C. gaskets, D. soles of shoes. The correct answer is front wheel tires of aeroplanes, i.e. heavy-duty tires. Cross-linked polymers are A. thermoplastic, B. thermosetting, C. either A or B, D. fibers only. The correct answer is thermosetting. Silicone resins which are highly water repellent and has good heat resistance cannot be used. A. as room temperature adhesive, B. as grease lubricant, C. hydraulic fluid for heat transfer, D. resin for lamination. The correct answer is as room temperature adhesive. Pick out the wrong statement. A. addition polymers are generally formed by chain growth polymerization. B. condensation polymers are generally formed by step growth polymerization. C. Teflon is formed by step growth polymerization. D. bakelite is formed by step growth polymerization. The correct answer is Teflon is formed by step growth polymerization. Which of the following rubbers has the widest service temperature range 75 to 275 C? A. butyl rubber, B. silicone rubber, C. nitrile rubber, D. silicone rubber. The correct answer is silicone rubber. Nylon 66 compared to nylon 6 has A. lower melting point, B. more abrasion resistant properties, C. higher hardness, D. all A, B, and C. The correct answer is higher hardness. Scarring is a finishing operation during the manufacture of fiber which aims at of fibers. A. improving the stretchability, B. dyeing coloring, C. detergent solution washing, D. glycol soaking. The correct answer is detergent solution washing. Synthetic rubber. A. deforms if stretched to double of its original dimension. B. is brittle at low temperature. C. is softer at higher temperature. D. is highly permeable to air, water, and is readily attacked by chemicals, atmospheric gases. The correct answer is highly permeable to air, water, and is readily attacked by chemicals, atmospheric gases. Melamine formaldehyde resin which has a very high anti-tacking properties is not used for the A. electrical insulation purpose, B. tanning of leather, C. strengthening of plaster of Paris, D. decorative laminates. The correct answer is strengthening of plaster of Paris. In a copolymer, the repeating units contain two different monomers. Which of the following is a copolymer? A. PTFE, B. BUNA-S, C. PMMA, D. caprolac-tum. The correct answer is BUNA-S. Cation exchange resins used in water treatment is made from resin. A. urea formaldehyde, B. epoxy, C. amino, D. phenolic. The correct answer is urea formaldehyde. Size range of polymer molecules varies from meter. A 10.2 to 10.5, B 10.4 to 10.7, C 10.1 to 10.2, D 10.8 to 10.10. The correct answer is 10.2 to 10.5. Which of the following is generally not drawn into fiber? A. Polyamide, B. Unsaturated polyesters, C. Saturated polyesters, D. Polyacrylonitrile. The correct answer is unsaturated polyesters. Condensation polymerization of caprolac-tum is carried out in the reactor maintained at a temperature of C for producing nylon 6. A 20 to 25, B 50 to 75, C 100 to 150, D 250 to 180. The correct answer is 250 to 180. Which of the following is not a natural polymer? A. Nucleic acids e.g. RNA and DNA, B. Polysaccharides, C. Polyisoprene, D. Polyurethane. The correct answer is polyurethane. In case of wet spinning of polymers, the polymer solution is forced through spinnerates into a coagulating bath to give a filament form. Wet spinning is not used in case of the fibers. A. Viscous rayon, B. Acrylic, C. Polyvinyl acetate, D. Saturated polyester. The correct answer is saturated polyester. Melt spinning of polymers involves the forcing of polymer melt through spinnerettes fine holes into an atmosphere kept at a temperature lower than the melting point of the polymer, which causes the fine diameter polymer melt to harden into filaments. Melt spinning is not used in case of the fibers. A. Acrylic, B. Polyester, C. Nylon 6,6, D. Polypropylene. The correct answer is acrylic.